Hello, everybody. Welcome to yoga, GCC Wellness Yoga. If you haven't already done so, please put your name, just your first name in the chat so they know how many people have showed up today. My name is Ariane. I teach dance history and yoga and modern dance and choreography at GCC. And happy to be here with you all today. This is going to be kind of a pretty basic yoga class. We've got some new people, and I know we have a wide range of experience. I know there's some people here who are lifelong yogis, but it's always good to kind of get back to basics. And it's really hot. It's 97 degrees, so we really need to be mindful of not, overheating. Make sure you have a big glass of water next to you, and we'll get started. Okay, I'm gonna pin myself. There we go. Let's start standing today. I've locked myself in my back room because I'm not gonna do any yoga outside today. Too hot. Let's just swing those arms around a little bit. Back and forth, crossing up and down, reversing the cross. Whew. Big breath in, big breath out. Let's take those shoulders around, up and down, and around, nice and slow. And the other way. Good. And right here, let's just inhale, shoulders to the ears. Hold that breath for a second and squeeze the shoulders behind you. And on the exhale, scrape that wall behind you down and back. Oh, look at the space you just created between your shoulders and your ears. That's amazing. Inhale, try to touch those shoulders to your ears. Hold the breath. Squeeze the shoulders behind you. And on the exhale, scrape slow and steady down the back wall. One more time. Inhale, squeeze, exhale, down and back. Good. Take the right ear to the right shoulder. Gently place the right arm on the head. Flex the left palm down to the ground. Try to root that shoulder, the left shoulder, back and down. Lift the belly towards the spine. Root the feet into the ground. Spread the toes wide. And then gently just tilt the chin forward, almost like you're looking down at your right hip. And send that shoulder even further down, the left shoulder further down. Keep that hand flexed. And release. Good. Left ear to left shoulder, left palm gently on the side of the head. Flex the right palm. Lift the belly. Just let the weight of the hand on the head do the work. You don't need to pull your head down. Yes. Really try to root that right shoulder down and back. Feet are spread wide on the mat. Energy through the legs, through the torso. And then just gently take the hand slightly to the back of the head and then tilt the chin, looking down at your right hip, and then just get that the back part of the neck, the back diagonal. And then let's take the hands to the back of the head and just kind of let the weight of the hands just pull the chin to the chest. Maybe give me a little no here. And then a big inhale. And let's take the elbows back. Lift the chest towards the ceiling. Take the elbows back. Gently lean back slightly. Tight booty. You want to push the pelvis forward a little bit. That's gonna open up your chest, drop those scapulas down the back. Oh Lord, that just made a big difference. And look up, squeeze the booty tighter, tighter, tighter. Send those elbows back. And release. Good, little swing. Whew. All right, let's take the arms up above the head, clasp them together like in a prayer pose, and then give me a nice tilt to the, well, I'm tilting to the left and my hips are moving to the right. It's called half moon and we're looking under the right armpit. Just a beautiful arc, like a sliver of a moon. Try to open up the chest towards the ceiling. Inhale, recover. Exhale, other side. We're inhaling and exhaling through our nose if we can, using Ujjayi breathing, which that means you have a soft hiss in the back of the throat on the exhale. We're looking under that left armpit, dropping the scapula, dropping that wing, the left wing in your back, down. Yes, good. Inhale, recover. Exhale, release. And let's take a nice arch. Again, pushing the pelvis forward, reaching, pointing those fingers back. And let's come into a half forward fold. So we're just kind of resting our hands on our knees. Big breath in, big breath out. If you want, you can come down onto your elbows and maybe just give your little tail a wag here. Right to left, slow. Lifting the belly button towards the spine, always engaging that core, gentle, gentle lift. Slowly increasing the stretch. Take the hands down, and if you need a block here, or a pillow or a pad, that's fine, or even a chair, you can put a chair here. Give me a nice forward fold. So if you need a chair or a stool, it would just look like this. A release over. Big, deep, long, luscious breaths here. Maybe a 3 count inhale and a 3 count exhale. If you're in a forward fold, you can take your hands in your elbows. Maybe give your knees a little shake out one at a time. First forward fold, you always want to go in easy. Don't want to get too dizzy. If you do get dizzy at any time, make sure you take a minute to kind of reorient yourself, get vertical, get some water. And there's a lot of modifications you can do to not get that up and down thing going. And we can talk about that if anybody has any issue throughout the class. Just give me a little wave. Good. So we're going to bend the knees and slowly lifting the belly button towards the spine, come up to standing vertebrae by vertebrae all the way up. Last thing to come up is the head. Go ahead and take the right foot in front of you and flex that foot. If you have a chair in front of you, leave it there. Otherwise, if you feel comfortable, take a nice big inhale, lengthening up, and drape. You can bend the standing leg, drape the upper body over that standing leg. Try to kiss your knee. And you're getting your nice little calf stretch here. Keep that right foot flexed. If you have a chair, you're just coming to the chair. Try and pull the pelvis back. Pull that pelvis back. Pull the belly button towards the spine. Breathe. And bring those feet together underneath your pelvis. Bend the knees, vertebrae by vertebrae, belly button lifting. Come back to standing. Last thing to come up is the head. Good. Take the left leg out. Flex the left foot. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, bend that right leg. Reach forward. Try and crease right in the hip joint and release the upper body over that left leg. Keep the left foot flexed. Again, if you're using the chair, you can just hang out, maybe even rest your head on the chair. Big, luscious breaths, pulling the hips back and pulling the belly button towards the spine, always trying to keep those abs engaged. And feet together. And again, coming up slowly so we don't see stars. Good. Let's just take the outside of the right foot. If you have something to hang on to, that's a great time, a wall or a chair. Just grab the outside of the right arch. Right away, push the top of the foot into the palm, which is going to automatically pull that shoulder down. Take the left arm up in the air. And now tuck the pelvis slightly and then send the top of the knee to the floor. You should get a nice quad stretch here. And if you're pushing that foot into the hand, you're getting a shoulder stretch. And it's a balancing act. So many things going on at once. You can stay here, or you can release that foot and cross it over the top leg and come into what I call a number 4. A number 4 chair pose. Take the arms all the way up by your ears. I'm sitting into my hips, so my standing leg is bent. Knee is over the ankle. I'm pushing the right knee down into the ground, which is giving me a wonderful deep right glute stretch. I can even circle my ankle here. Ooh, my spine is cracking. It feels so good. I'm creating lots of space between those vertebrae. You can stay here, or you can drape the body all the way down and see if you can just release. Maybe tap those fingers on the floor. And then see if you can come up, back through, and find your way to standing. Be creative, be playful. There's no perfection here. All right, let's try the other side. So we're going to pick up the outside of the right foot. Whew. We're going to tuck the pelvis slightly, and then we're going to send the top of the knee to the ground. We're going to push the foot into the hand, which opens up that left shoulder, left chest, and then we're going to take the right arm up. Find a focal point. Breathe. And then release that leg, cross it over, bend the standing leg, come into a 4 standing one-legged chair. Play with this here, sink in, circle that ankle if you want, one direction and then the other. Send some energy into that left knee. Push the left knee down to the ground. Oh, feel how delicious that feels in the left glute. When you're ready, if you want, you can stay here, or you can lengthen and then drape your upper body over the leg. Balance on your fingertips. Or you can even try and balance without your fingertips. And then slowly recover, come back to mountain. One side is often a little easier than the other. All right, good. Let's come back into chair. And then what we're gonna do here is see if we can rise up onto the balls of our feet, lifting the heels off. And then once we get here, we're gonna sink about 2 more inches. You might find yourself shaking a little. That's all right. Press the heels down and now press into the floor. Good, one more time. Chair, the arms are by your ears. Scapulas are dropped down the back. Booty's kind of behind us, yeah? Lift those heels. Hold. Sink a couple inches. Lift the belly, core is engaged. Breathe. And drop the heels and press right back up. Good. Let's take our hands into prayer. Let's push the hands together. Really, really, really hard. Push, 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 push. Get energy in those arms, energy in the pecs. And then we're gonna take a deep inhale. On the exhale, we're gonna pop out to star. Good. From star, we're going to tilt forward, 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 and release the hands down. If you want to put a block here, or if you want to put a chair, that's fine, whatever you need. But we're going to stay here for a minute, just kind of wag the tail, and then when you're ready, release all the way down into a delicious second position, parallel stretch. And if you want, you can grab those ankles and pull your torso down a little bit more. Staying here is perfectly good. Being on a chair is perfectly good. Listen to your body, check in with what it needs. Let's come right back up. Take the left hand between the 2 legs. Open up the body and twist. Give me a nice, beautiful twist. Don't push into the right hip. Keep the legs. You don't want to push over. You want to keep the pelvis right between the legs and twist at the waist in the rib cage. Try to get that right side open to the ceiling. Breathe. And release. Other side. And release. Let's heel toe into parallel. And then let's actually bend the knees, take the heels off the ground, and just drop into this position. We have weight in the hands, and we have our torso draped over our quads. Chin is dropped towards the chest. Now I want you to just lift the belly button towards the spine. Oh, look at that. Now feel the stretch in the spine. All right, since we're here, let's come all the way down. Take the feet into butterfly, lotus. Grab hold of those ankles and let's just give ourselves a nice pull and a nice lengthen of the spine. Big breath. Go ahead and grab hold of those feet and open them like a book. See if you can get the knees a little bit further to the ground by pressing the elbows into the knees and just getting those knees to reach a little bit further. And release. Let's take the hands behind, to the side of us. Just tilt back a little bit. Inhale, lengthen the spine, drop the scapulas down the back. Exhale, release through those knees all the way forward and release the chin to the chest. Hang out here for a minute. Milo wants to get in on this pose, I guess. Come on, Milo. All right, we're gonna stay down here. We're gonna take the right arm behind our pelvis and we're gonna twist our nose to our right knee. Oh yeah, feel that stretch in the lower left back. Breathe. Use the hand on the floor, the right hand on the floor behind your pelvis to give yourself a little traction here, yeah? Pull a little bit harder. Just gentle, but just give it a little push there. And then switch. Right arm comes forward, stay down. Left arm comes behind, sweeps behind the pelvis. And then we twist a little bit to our left knee, nose to the left knee. Really root the right hip down as you're reaching the nose to the left knee. Breathe. Should feel really good in that right, lower right back. And swing forward. And let's come on up. Just take those legs out for a minute. Whew, give them a little shake. We're gonna do a little twisted pose here. So we're gonna give our legs a little massage before we get all tangled up. Let's take the right leg on top of the left and see if we can stack those knees on top of each other. Sometimes you have to, like, I don't know, pick one up and move it a little. Be gentle with yourself, but do what you need to do. They don't have to be perfectly stacked, but aim for it. And then we're gonna sit nice and tall. We're gonna inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, we're gonna swing the arms down and the right arm is gonna go under the left and then we're gonna bring it around into a twisted prayer. So the prayer is right in front of our face. We're gonna inhale here. And on the exhale, we're just gonna gently lift those shoulders up. And breathe here. Lift the belly button towards the spine. Lengthen through the waist. See if you can find that energy connection between the top of the head and the sacrum. Visualize that line. And then we're going to lower the arms and lift the arms. And lower the elbows down to the chest and lift. Gentle, gentle, gentle. Unwind those arms and let's just give a little prayer, a little bow over our knees, nose to knees. Actually, let's swing those arms behind us. If you want, you can actually create an inverted prayer behind your back, up the back of your spine. If you can do that and get the palms together up your back and send the elbows back and down. But it's perfectly good here just to kind of drape over those knees. And let's rise up. Rise up. Take those legs out, shake them. Maybe shake the muscle off the bone a little, get a little jiggle. Feels good. And let's restack the other side. One side is usually harder than the other. This side is super hard for me. Not gonna get my knees stacked, but I'm gonna aim for it. So root those hips down, lengthen through the spine. Make sure your shoulders are over your hips. You don't wanna be leaning forward here, yeah? Automatically leaning back is gonna engage those arms. The abs. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, swing the left arm down and around. Get the twisted prayer. And then let's just gently lift those elbows up. Good. Stay here and let's do some deep breathing. Check in with your long, lengthened spine. Maybe you can create a little bit more room there between the vertebrae. Can you root the pelvis down and lift through the spine, through the top of the head, make that head-tail connection? And when you're ready, you can just begin that gentle rise and drop of the elbows. And untwist those arms, sweep the arms behind you, inhale, exhale, drape the upper body over those stacked knees. You can rest your chin on your knees or your eye socket on your knees. If you want, go ahead and try to get those hands in prayer, wiggle them up your back. So you've got that inverted prayer, and then once you're there, send the elbows down and back. Lift the belly button towards the spine, even here. Breathe. And release. Ooh, that was good on the old wrists. Take the legs out, shake them, and let's come on to our hands and knees. We're gonna do a little different version of cat-cow today, just to kind of, keep things interesting. We're gonna cross the right leg over the left. Our hands are underneath our shoulders. We're gonna arch, look up, and round, look down, and kind of push into that pelvis. And arch, look up, and round, look down. Matching the inhale with the arch and the exhale with the round. Squeezing those thighs together when we round. Lifting the belly button as high as you can get it. Milo's coming to say hi. And release. And let's uncross. And let's come onto our, let's bring our booty to our heels and just tuck the toes underneath for a minute. Spread out those toes. Good to just stretch those feet out. And then come on forward. Give them a little tap just to get the blood flowing, and then cross the left over the right. And we'll do our cat-cow here. Inhale, arch, look up. Exhale, squeeze the thighs together, push back, root those knees into the ground. Continue in your own time. Awesome. And uncross. And let's actually come into camel. I don't have my block, so I'm going to have to actually do real camel. Let's see. We're going to take our hands to our ankles. You can separate your knees a little bit here. If you have a block or a pillow, you can put it behind you. I usually do it with a bunch of blocks. We're going to inhale, squeeze the chin to the chest, and on the exhale, we're going to push the pelvis forward. Let's see if I can do it. And release the head. Breathe. Tight booty. And slowly drop the booty down onto the heels and come on forward. Good. Just gonna close this door. All right. Let's come into a dolphin pose. So we're gonna take our forearms to the front of our mat. They're parallel to each other, right off the shoulders. Tuck the toes and push on back. Booty's reaching towards the ceiling, heels reaching towards the floor. Pressing those forearms evenly into the floor. Oh, that feels so good. We're gonna inhale and exhale. And then we're gonna inhale and come into half plank. And then we're gonna exhale and come into dolphin. Just continue that. Matching the movement of the breath with the movement of the body. So try to get the breathing smooth. As soon as you end one inhale, you begin an exhale. And drop the knees and take the booty to the heels, and let's just come into that prayer pose. Let's bring the knees together and the toes to the edges of our mats, and see if you can just gently come into a prayer pose here. And come up. And let's take the toes together and the knees to the edge of the mat and come back into prayer pose. All right, one last thing here in half plank. We're gonna come into our half plank. Yeah, on our forearms. Drop that booty so we create a nice straight line, and we're just gonna tap the right hip. Inhale, tap the right hip and left. So tap, twist, tap, twist. Now, if you wanna just stay here in half plank, this is a great core exercise right here. If you wanna add a little challenge, do a little hip tap. On the exhale, I'm bringing the pelvis up. I'm inhaling on the top, exhaling as I rise. Drop the knees and push on back. Good. Breathe. Let's take the hands to the ankles. All right, before we go any further, grab some water. Now that we've generated some heat, and we've got our bodies really in the zone, what I like to do is do a breathing exercise. You can do it seated in an easy cross-legged position. You can do it on your knees. If you want an extra blanket, that's fine, or you can do it standing. It's yogi's choice. The only thing that we will be doing together is a nice deep inhale, sweeping the arms up, and an exhale coming down into prayer. And we do that 20 times, and we're breathing in through our nose and out through our nose. And it's just a time to kind of bring all that energy out in the world into our center, and then let that center energy that we've just created send it out into space. I like to do it after we've warmed up and we're ready to move into some more rigorous poses. So whenever you're ready, you can begin. Three more. Last one, big scoop up. Take those fingers, interlace them, send them to the roof. Walk the right shoulder up the ladder, left shoulder up the ladder, right, left. Get so much more space in that rib cage than you ever thought you could. And then exhale. Good. All right. Let's come on into down dog. Hello, down dog. Tread the feet out a little bit here. If this hurts your wrists, yeah, you can be on your forearms and do dolphin. If you're a little too dizzy, let's see what we could do. You can, let's see, maybe just grab a chair and do a nice pull back. Yeah, if it's too much to be completely hanging over in down dog. Grab a chair and do like a chair dog. Chair dog. We're gonna do a little mobility flow here. Very simple. It's sort of moving between a stretch and down dog. We're gonna lift the right leg up on the inhale. We're gonna exhale and swing the leg through into pigeon. We're gonna inhale and arch, look up. And then we're gonna exhale and release over that stretch. And then we're gonna inhale back up. And then we're gonna exhale and come back to down dog. Let's try the left side together. Inhale the left leg. Exhale, swing it through to pigeon. Pigeon is where the bottom of the leg is trying to be parallel with the front of your mat. We inhale and we arch here. We exhale and release over that leg. That should feel delicious. Inhale, arch. Tuck that back toe. And then exhale back into down dog. That is the sequence of movements. Go ahead and do it in your own time, matching the movement of your breath with your body. I'll talk through it a couple more times and then I'll just be quiet so you can do your own rhythm. Meet you in down dog. Big breath here. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, swing it through. Inhale, arch. Exhale, release. Inhale, arch again. Exhale, tuck that back toe and come back to down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, swing it through. Inhale, arch. Exhale, release. Inhale, arch. Exhale, tuck the back toe, down dog. Keep going in your own time. One more set. Push the stretch this time. See how high you can get in your arch. See how far away your fingertips can be from your body when you release. See how perfectly you can match your breathing with your body movement. And come on down. Let's actually drop all the way down onto our bellies and rest our forehead on the floor. Good job. All right. Left hand reaches out flat. That's the left hand. Right foot comes up and taps the floor behind you. Look over your right shoulder. Feel that beautiful open shoulder stretch right there. Shoulder opener. Come back and give me a half chaturanga push-up. Push back into prayer. And release down. Right arm shoots out. Tap the left toes behind you. Look over that left shoulder. Feel that chest opener, shoulder opener. Come back. Give me a nice push-up. If you want, you can try a full chaturanga up and a full chaturanga down. It's up to you. You can do half or full. Give me another set. Tap that right toe behind you. Left arm is shooting out, palm down. Come back. Full push-up. Ain't no joke. And the other side. And back. And half push-up. And half drop. Good. Ooh, that's good stuff. Grab the outside of your feet, if you can. Sometimes you have to work at it. Try to get those knees parallel, forehead down on the ground. Inhale, press the top of the feet into the palms, lift the upper body off the ground. Energy through the breath. You might have a little rock here as you breathe. And release. Woo! Shake the booty right and left. Beautiful. Find your way into cat, cow, then tuck the toes. Find your way into down dog. Maybe give yourself a little wag here. And then walk those feet to the hands. Shake the knees out. And then slowly but surely come to standing. And we'll do a couple standing poses. You know what? Instead of tree, which we always do, I'm going to try something else today. Let's come into goddess. Ooh, my mat just moved. We're going to come into goddess pose, which is a deep second position plie. The feet are turned out and the knees are over the toes. What we're going to do here, like we challenged ourselves in chair, we're going to challenge ourselves here to lift the right heel off the ground and maybe drop it, keeping the pelvis low. The left heel off the ground, dropping down, keeping the pelvis low, and then both heels. And dropping the pelvis down. Breathe. And drop those heels, and let's press out. Beautiful, you guys. Try it one more time. Down into goddess. Feel the goddess of this pose. Like this is literally very goddess-like. Channel that. Get those knees back. Get the pelvis dropped. Right heel comes off the floor. Press it down. Left heel. Press it down. And both. And breathe. Can you drop 2 inches? Woo, and release. Oh, that feels good, 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 good. Let's turn the right toes out. And let's just come into a warrior 2 on the right side. Check your camera, make sure you're not here or here. Yeah, you really want those arms parallel to the floor. Wrap that right knee out and back. Take a nice deep breath in. Inhale. Reach that right arm up. Exhale, come all the way down and twist. Give me nice parallel arms here. Back up. Inhale. Reverse warrior. Exhale. Side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior, exhale, oh yeah, that right leg is burning, and one more time, inhale, and exhale, and come back up, woo, find that star, settle your breath, turn their left toes out, find your warrior 2 on the opposite side. Settle into it, get that knee over the ankle, wrap and spiral those thighs back and down. Inhale, take the left arm up, right arm comes to the back leg. Exhale, we pinwheel those arms all the way around to side angle, looking under our right armpit. Inhale. Reach, exhale, flow, Inhale, reach. See how far you can get outside of your usual zone of movement. All the way down. And one last time. Exhale. And back to warrior two and back. Let's just do a little jump together. Ooh, feels good. Little shake. Let's jump back out. Or of course, you can always step. Stepping is fabulous. Turn those right toes out. That was the fire alarm checking itself. Back to warrior two. Yes. Take that right elbow to the right knee. Lift the left arm up. And you can stay here. Or you can wrap the left arm back and the right arm under, grabbing a hold of the hands behind you. Or you can just stay here. Breathe. Now, take that left arm and put it on the mat. Lift the back heel off. Spinal twist in a runner's lunge. Right arm comes off the floor. Breathe. Hands to the mat. I want you to bring that back leg a little bit closer to the front leg. And then I want you to just do a nice drape. This time we won't flex that front foot, but we'll try to get the head to the knee. You can stay here, or if you want, you can take your hands to the back of the head. Good, rotate to the center and using your hands on your hips, pull yourself up to standing using that core. Good, step or jump out, take the left toes, open them up. Warrior two on the opposite side. Elbow to knee, right arm swoops up. Really sink into this delicious pose. Pelvis pushes forward slightly. You can stay here. You can parallel the arms. I forgot about that option. Or you can wrap and try and grab those fingertips behind you. Bring the right hand to the mat and bring the right heel off the floor. Twist towards the left knee and lift the left arm up towards the ceiling. And hands to the mat. Bring that back foot closer to the front foot. Drape the upper body over the front leg. Now, if you need a block or a chair, this is a great one to use it for. Or if you want an extra challenge, pull that left hip back and take the hands to the back of the head. Release the hands to the floor. Come center. Let's take the toes out slightly. Let's come down into like a sumo pose. Almost like a sumo wrestler. And let's see if we can wrap those hands behind the ankles and just kind of sit here for a minute. And maybe we want to stretch the booty up. And then we're going to come all the way down onto our booties, sitting on the mat. Come into an easy cross-legged position. I am sweating like a yoga teacher. All right. Get some water. We have 6 minutes left. We're going to do a little bit more core and then some final stretches. Let's come onto our backs. This is a really simple core exercise that I love to do. You can do it with your feet flat on the ground. You can do it in table. I like to do it in L because it helps me really get my upper body off the ground. So my legs are shooting straight up, or you can have your feet flat. We're gonna inhale together. On the exhale, we're gonna bring our upper body off the floor and reach towards the toes. We're gonna hold our breath. We're gonna inhale, hold here, and then on the exhale, we're gonna just squeeze the belly button towards the spine and get about 4 inches higher, and then we're gonna release down onto the ground. So we inhale as we lengthen. We exhale as we reach. Inhale, hold. Exhale, higher. Inhale, release. Exhale, reach. Inhale, hold. Exhale, higher. Inhale, release. Exhale, reach. Inhale, hold. Exhale, higher. Inhale, release. Exhale, reach. Inhale, hold. Exhale, higher, 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 highest. And release. Good, just hug the knees to the chest. Maybe circle the knees around a few times. Good. Go ahead and cross the right leg over the left. Take the hands out onto the floor, palms facing down. Let the knees fall to the left and look over your right shoulder. And recover, uncross the legs, recross the legs, let them fall to the right, and look over the left shoulder. Root that left shoulder down, try to let the knees fall to the ground, breathe. And recover. And then we'll do one final pose, or actually sequence of breathing and posing. We're gonna inhale. We're here with our feet flat, hands down by our sides. We're gonna inhale and lift the pelvis and sweep the arms up over our head. And then exhale, bringing the arms and the pelvis down at the same time. This is actually not as easy as you'd think to match the movement of the pelvis with the movement of the arms. The arms are going much farther than the pelvis is going, but you're trying to match everything, movement and breath, movement of hips, movement of arms, and breath. So the inhale is the rise, and the exhale is the lower. And of course, the arms have to move a little bit faster than the pelvis. So you really want to focus And when we focus on our movement and matching the breath with our movement, we are really in our mind-body center. Couple more. And I'll meet you back down with your knees hugging towards your chest. And maybe just circle the knees out away from each other. Oh Lord, somebody's really trying to get a hold of us. And circle the legs the other way. The joys of teaching yoga in a huge family household. And let's actually do a nice happy baby, because that always feels good too. Grabbing the outside of the feet and the knees are bent towards the chest. And I like to rock here. I'm trying to get the lower back on the ground, but I'm rocking back and forth. Good. So usually we end with a Shavasana, but I'm going to say that you can do your own Shavasana on your own time, which is basically a deep resting pose, corpse pose on your mat. I would invite you all to do that in your own time after class. Give yourself a moment just to kind of really feel all of the work that you've done. But we will seal the class with a short blessing, prayer, affirmation, whatever you want to call it. Come to sitting, bring your hands together. We will be grateful for the bodies that just moved and the lungs that just poured oxygen into our blood. And we are grateful for our minds for telling our body what to do and our bodies for listening, and for the world to be going on around us while we center and give ourselves this nourishment of yoga. The spirit in me salutes the spirit in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for coming. And if you haven't already, put your name in the chat so we know how many people came. And always, always, always a pleasure. Those of you who came for extra credit, good job. Bella, James, you rocked. I'm so proud of you, James. Sherry, I'm proud of you too. Amelia, you know I'm proud of you.
Thank you, Ariana, as always.
Oh, my pleasure, my pleasure. And thank you, Angela, from chat, and Jean, thank you. And we will see you next week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, Professor.
Bye, James.